I love this fragrance. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. A couple of days ago, I had put up a picture on Insta stories of my husband's fragrance collection. My husband and I both, we absolutely love fragrances and we love collecting fragrances. We also, it's like a contradiction. We love trying out new fragrances and yet we like having our own signature scent. So that's kind of contradictory, but we just love fragrances. And his collection is also pretty awesome. So I put up a picture and 80% of y'all said that yes, y'all wanted me to make a video on it. So that's what I'm doing today. I am going to show you and talk to you about these fragrances from my husband's collection. So because there are quite a few fragrances, I thought it would become a very lengthy video. So I decided to make it into two parts. And today I'm going to be talking to you about all the non-aquatic fragrances. All the ones that are spicy, musky, maybe even citrusy. So all of those. So they're all lined up neatly here. And I'm confused which one I should start with. I think I'm going to keep my personal favorite, and also my husband's favorites. I'm going to keep the favorites ones for the last. And I think let me start with the two fragrances which are unisex. Now the first one is the Body Shop Bohanti. I have already reviewed this fragrance. It's part of the Elixirs of Nature collection. Now it's got a very nice musky woody scent. It's very sensuous, and it's got an element of sweetness to it as well, which is why it is unisex, and it is pretty long lasting. I really love it. I'm not going to speak much about this particular one because I have already reviewed it, so I will be linking that video somewhere here. The next one is Woody Mood from the Olfactive Studio. Again, this one is a unisex fragrance and is described as an oriental woody fragrance. This is very different. In fact, I haven't really smelled it's very, very woody, and it actually, the first time I smelled it, it actually reminded me of my trek in Nepal. If you do like woody fragrances, then do check this out. Next we have the Davidoff Horizon Extreme. But this was a limited edition fragrance and it's got a very, very sexy fragrance. It is very woody, but once the top notes evaporate, the middle notes and the base notes are really creamy. So it's quite a contrasting fragrance. So you have woody and then you have, like, creamy, sexy notes. So it is really nice. Describing fragrances becomes so difficult because fragrance, I feel, is very subjective. It's very personal. Like I said, Woody Mood, the first time I smelled it, it reminded me of a trek. So I feel a fragrance for each person tells a story, or brings back memories, or creates a picture, creates an image. So what I might feel for one fragrance, another one might not feel. It's a very contradicting fragrance. It's a very unique fragrance. So if this is still available, then do try and give it a sniff. The next fragrance we have is the Bulgari Men in Black fragrance, and this one is the limited edition version. The bottle has been created by a Nigerian artist, Laulu. This is not for the faint-hearted. So if your man is the kind that, he's the life of the party, he's sexy, attractive, this is it. This fragrance actually says that, hey, you can't ignore me. It's sexy, it is spicy, it is complex. It's just not for the faint-hearted. It's really, really very unique. And this is the kind of fragrance where, if you're walking in a mall and a guy wearing this fragrance walks by, you're definitely going to turn around and look at him. Not for what he looks like, but just you'll get a whiff of this and you'll be like, oh my god, that smells so good. So this is that fragrance. It's really nice. The next fragrance is Nearly Over, and this is Dior Homme Sport, and this always reminds me of Paris because that was when we had first smelt this fragrance. It just makes me very happy whenever he wears this because it's a very fresh, Very sporty, citrusy fragrance. I also find it kind of similar to Clinique Happy for men. I don't know why. My husband doesn't really agree with me. He says no, they both smell very different. But I somehow feel that this does have some kind of similarity with Clinique Happy. So I wouldn't say this is a date night fragrance. This is more like let's go to Smash with the kids kind of a fragrance, or go to the gym kind of perfume, or a breakfast date kind of fragrance. This is that kind of fragrance. I wouldn't really advise it for a date night. Now the next fragrance I have is the Dolce & Gabbana Intenso. This I feel is the sexiest fragrance. No, okay, second sexiest. Yes, the Bulgari Laulu one is sexy. More than that is this one, and I'll explain the difference to you. But for me, I feel the sexiest fragrance for men is the Armani Code Profumo. My husband doesn't agree with me. He doesn't find Armani Code Profumo as sexy. But for me, Armani Code Profumo and Dolce & Gabbana Intenso, these two are like the sexiest fragrances. I really, really love them. Again, fragrance is very subjective. What I might find sexy and appealing might not appeal to someone else. Or like Chanel Bleu is a very, very popular fragrance. I'm not too fond of it. So it's very subjective. But this one is, oh my god, it's so seductive. So the difference, while I would say Bulgari is the Bulgari Man in Black is more like an openly sexy kind of fragrance. This one is elegant, so you have, if I had to compare, I would say something like, if that one is Henry Cavill, then this one is George Clooney. If your boyfriend or your husband or your dad has this kind of personality that, he's the life of the party, he's a people's magnet, people feel attracted to him, he's a leader, people look up to him, give him this fragrance. I'm sure he's gonna like it. So coming to the last fragrance, this particular video, it is our current favorite. My husband loves it, I love it. It's Terre d'Hermès, and even the bottle is so cool. The base of the bottle makes the Hermès H. So we really, really love it, and it's very unique. I haven't smelled any fragrance like this before, and it's a very complex fragrance. It's very difficult for me to describe this. It is citrusy. I feel there's also an element of grassy in it, and a little bit of creaminess as well, and a bit of spicy. So it's like a really unique concoction of all of these, and the longevity is amazing. So my husband wears this in the morning, goes to work. When he comes back at night, he still smells of it. I can still smell it on him. The next morning I put the shirt for laundry, I can still smell the fragrance on it. I'm just amazed. It's a wonderful fragrance, great longevity. I really like it. There's something rugged about this. At the same time, there's something very elegant about it, and it's very complex. I'm not able to really do justice to this fragrance, but if you have a chance, then do go smell Terre d'Hermès. It's an absolute favorite. So that brings me to the end of this video. I do hope you liked it. It's very difficult to be talking about fragrances. I'm not a perfumer, nor have I got any experience in dealing with fragrances, except for the ones that I wear, obviously. So it's very difficult for me to describe a fragrance note or to talk about the notes and all. I can only tell you my experience with it. I can only tell you how that perfume speaks to me, and what I feel about a particular fragrance. So I do hope that you like this video. Do let me know if any of these are amongst your favorites, or if you plan to buy any of these for your partner, your father, your brother, or any of the male members in your life. And if you have liked it, please do give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'm looking forward to reading all your comments. I'll see you soon in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.